I understand wanting to be famous, and I understand building yourself, and I understand wanting to be a boxer as well, and being a professional. But at some point, someone has to be.
It's good because what happened there is other people who never watch boxing, or they don't know anything about boxing. They wanna watch Jake Paul because he's coming from he brings fans from other world.
Jake Paul might be cashing in and trending with every pay-per-view, but for many in the boxing world, especially legends like Mike Tyson, it's not admiration he's earning, it's frustration. Fighters who've spent decades in the trenches, building legacies with blood, sweat, and broken bones, look at Jake not as a rising star, but as a circus act. They wonder how someone with barely a few years in gloves can call himself a boxer while skipping the grind they've dedicated their lives to. To real fighters, Jake Paul isn't raising the bar, he's erasing the line of respect.
I don't know who else is on YouTube boxing, but Jake Paul is by far number one.
I guess Dashi's gonna fight Floyd Mayweather.
I don't pay attention to shit celebrities do. That's a waste of my damn time. My time is too valuable, and I like giving it to my fans.
Let's cut through the hype. Jake Paul's millions of followers and flashy event sellouts don't impress those who live and breathe boxing. In the eyes of purists, he's not a fighter, he's a marketing machine in gloves. His opponents are carefully selected, the drama feels scripted, and the sports veterans are fed up. For them, Jake's boxing career is less about skill and more about spectacle, and they're not shy about calling him out.
He's marketable, and he put in the work, man. He's gonna get an opportunity.
One of Jake Paul's loudest critics is none other than Rolando "Rolly" Romero. The brash, heavy-handed fighter has never been one to mince words, and when it comes to Jake, he doesn't hold back. Whether in interviews or social media tirades, Romero has relentlessly mocked Paul's boxing legitimacy, turning every interaction into a verbal slugfest. Their feud isn't just noise, it's personal, and it's been building for months.
I mean, it was great. I think it was great for it's great for Jake Paul, because now we're having to sit here and have another conversation about him.
Rolly Romero has carved out a reputation as one of boxing's boldest trash talkers, and Jake Paul is one of his favorite targets. From clowning Jake's opponents to questioning his credentials, Romero has made it his mission to expose what he sees as a fraud with gloves. Jake, never one to back down, has fired shots right back, escalating the tension with each interview and post. The beef has gone beyond banter, it's become a full-blown rivalry that fans are watching closely.
I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul have in all this, but you know he's gonna be a lot quicker. And if he stay close to Mike, then his chance of winning gonna be great.
UFC superstar Kamaru Usman doesn't mince words either. He'd rather fight Jake Paul than Conor McGregor. Why? Because Jake's rise annoys him more. Usman, a former pound-for-pound king in the octagon, sees Paul as the poster boy for what's wrong with combat sports today, more flash than fight. To Usman, stepping in the ring with Jake wouldn't just be business, it'd be personal. He wants to expose the influencer era for what it is and prove that real fighters can't be faked or fast-tracked.
Do you see Mike winning, or do you see Jake winning?
I don't know. It's all depending on how Jake fight. You know, I tell you what, it's cause somebody gonna tell him it's too crazy to be trying to get close to the guy. He gonna stay like that. Mike like he get in and he curve up like this and snap out and get you.
Evander Holyfield has a blunt message for Jake Paul: do not fight Mike Tyson. As someone who went to war with Tyson twice, Holyfield knows the danger firsthand. Even at his age, Tyson still packs a punch most boxers wouldn't dare test. Holyfield isn't questioning Jake's courage, he's questioning his judgment. In his eyes, Jake stepping into the ring with Tyson is like lighting dynamite and hoping it fizzles out.
I think it's really not affecting the real fighters. People like me, I don't really get into it too much. I like Jake Paul. I think he's been doing his thing. But truth be told, I really care so about the real boxing at the end of the day.
Holyfield's warning stems from more than just concern, it's criticism born from experience. While Jake keeps padding his resume with highlight reels against soft opposition, Holyfield sees right through the facade. Tyson, he believes, is not the guy you play around with. And as far as Jake's previous wins, Holyfield chalks them up to strategic matchmaking, not real development. To him, Jake's wins are more about smoke and mirrors than skill and merit.
Mike got 30-something years of experience.
True.
He's still got power. Even though he's 58, he's still fucking fast.
Aries Spears pointed out that while Mike Tyson is 58 years old, Jake Paul is young and confident.
Shakur Stevenson didn't mince words when weighing in on Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. A master technician himself, Stevenson found the entire fight laughable, less of a boxing match, more of a circus act. The idea that Jake outboxed a legendary MMA striker like Silva didn't sit right with him. He wasn't buying the narrative, wasn't impressed by the spectacle, and certainly wasn't giving Jake props for what he saw as a staged win. Still, Stevenson proved he's fair-minded. When Le'Veon Bell flatlined Adrian Peterson with a clean KO, Shakur tipped his hat. The former NFL running back showed real boxing skill, and unlike Paul, earned Stevenson's respect with action, not marketing.
He's got young man strength.
Yes.
And he seems like he knows how to work the mitts based on, his time in.
Yeah.
But Mike is a different breed, man.
Yes, but it's not.
Comedian Aries Spears didn't hold back when the topic of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson came up. Spears made one thing clear: age doesn't erase greatness. Yes, Tyson's 58, but Spears says that's still Iron Mike. Meanwhile, Jake may be young and hungry, but Spears believes that hunger turns into delusion the moment you call out a living wrecking machine. In his eyes, Jake mistaking youth for advantage is a fatal miscalculation.
Paul is awesome. Jake Paul is a threat. I cannot fully dismiss the idea that he was a Disney character or that he knocked out an NBA player and he's calling out a YouTube star in KSI. While all of those things are true,
Chael Sonnen recently shared his thoughts on a potential fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, and he didn't sugarcoat his opinions.
Spears continued his takedown of Paul's Tyson ambitions, claiming Jake's confidence is built on fighting hand-picked, low-risk opponents, not real contenders. And Tyson? He's not a YouTuber's fantasy matchup, he's a war-tested fighter with the instincts of a predator. Spears thinks Paul's swagger is less about courage and more about clout chasing, and if he steps into the ring with Tyson, it won't just be a career mistake, it'll be a reality check.
if you try to fight Mike Tyson in boxing ever in your life, you qualify as a badass. There's possibly not another standard.
Chael Sonnen has never been one to sugarcoat his thoughts, and his take on Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson was pure fire. Sonnen admitted Jake has carved a name for himself in the boxing scene, but taking on Tyson? That's suicidal, he said. Even at 58, Tyson still holds the kind of destructive power and ring IQ that guys like Jake can't fake their way through. Sonnen's verdict: Jake might sell the fight, but he wouldn't survive it.
1 week, the story has changed. In 1 week, this went to Jake Paul falling back to his old habits of wanting to beat up a geriatric and get credit for it. And we let him know, if you beat up said geriatric, not only do you not get credit, we're going to be mad at you because we all like Mike Tyson.
Sonnen elaborated, saying the most dangerous thing about Tyson isn't just his punch, it's his presence. That killer instinct? Still there. That ability to read and dismantle an opponent? Still sharp. Jake Paul, according to Sonnen, has made a living off boxing beginners and celebrities. But Tyson is different. He's a living, breathing reminder of what real combat looks like, and Jake stepping into that ring would be more than bold. It'd be reckless. To many boxers, Jake Paul is a walking insult to everything they've bled for. Imagine walking into an orchestra with a kazoo and expecting to conduct. That's how pros view Jake's boxing career. Sure, he's racked up views and sold pay-per-views, but to the fighters who've spent years grinding in grimy gyms and enduring brutal camps, he's a gimmick. The criticism isn't just about who Jake fights, it's about how he's fast-tracked through a sport built on discipline. Floyd Mayweather himself has thrown shade, blasting Jake for hijacking boxing as a brand-building stunt. It's not that Jake lacks athleticism, he's proven he can train and hit, but his rise feels manufactured. He skipped the line, and for purists, that's unforgivable. These boxers view the ring as sacred ground earned through sacrifice, not viral videos. Jake might think he's rewriting the rules, but to most fighters, he's just another outsider taking advantage of a sport they love. So what's your take? Has Jake Paul earned a seat at the table, or is he playing dress up in a champion's robe? Let us know in the comments. Should boxing embrace the hype, or protect the tradition?